Guys, Coach Tom here, Mind Over Body Coaching. This is a great opportunity for you to learn. I'm about to create a program for a brand new client. Remember, my transformation program has a 94% success rate. When you try to diet on your own, it's 1%. Go ahead and look it up on Google. You'll see. So if you want to continue to try to lose the weight on your own, you're going to learn a lot right now if you pay attention for the next 10 minutes or so, and you can apply the stuff that we do and why we're so successful. So, person, I'm obviously not going to share their name because there's some private stuff here, but spoke with them last night, and our onboarding is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Her current stats, she's 47. 5'2", 148 pounds. The goal is to get to 125. She's a teacher. She's married, great husband, 2 kids, 11 and 14. So you get the picture. She's very, very busy between career and family, right? Bigger goals besides dropping the weight are some health issues that popped up in her most recent doctor's visit. She was actually prescribed a low-dose prescription for high blood pressure. That'll be very easy. Once we get to 125, she'll get right off of that. Her A1C1's been creeping up at each doctor's visit year after year, and right now she's on the verge of being pre-diabetic. Again, drop those 23-ish pounds, and that'll go away. These are direct quotes I got from our conversation. She wants to regain control over my body, life, and routine. I need to set a better example for my kids. Use this damn Peloton my husband spent a lot of money on. Excuse me. A couple of years ago, husband bought the Peloton, and she's just not using it. She wants to. I want to look in the mirror and feel proud. I've tried all the diets, the 6-week challenge, my local gym, the protein shake stuff my neighbor sells. I can stick with it for a bit of time and get results, but then I slide right back and the weight comes right back on. Yeah, so she's tried all the crazy stuff that doesn't work long term. So she's definitely wants it, and she's putting forth the effort. It's just been on the wrong stuff. At school, I'll often mindlessly stress eat candies, especially during the day. After school, I end up going through the drive-through more often than I like to admit. On the weekends, definitely more wine than I really need. I know I'm doing this to soothe my stress. Have to figure out how to stop it or get some boundaries around it. So this is all key for an ideal client to work with, right? Because she's being incredibly honest and vulnerable about her struggles. And that's the very first step, folks, in being successful on this stuff is you need to be honest with yourself about what is really going on, right? If you people that try to hide this, the candies or the drive-through or the wine or whatever the stuff is, it's happening. And that's why, she's taking responsibility for where she's at on her weight and the health issues that are coming up. So she's going to be successful because, like I said, she's being very honest and very vulnerable. That's key. Got to do that with yourself first before anyone else, right? She's doing it not only with herself, but with me as her coach, right? So that's a great sign that she's going to be successful. She rates her sleep. My sleep is a mess. I'd rate it a 3 out of 10 most nights. We'll fix that. That's easy. Tom, I will be completely satisfied with this program if at the end I'm at my goals and it is effortless to continue to eat good, exercise, sleep, and I'm feeling back in control. I know I can deliver that. So we know what our goal is together. It's very clear. And the big one for her, I don't make myself a priority. It's my kids, my husband, my students. I know I have to fix this. Very, very common for women, especially teachers. I have a ton of teachers as clients. I mean, if you think about it, people that, decide to get into teaching, it's more of a vocation. I mean, she said herself last night, that she's overworked, underpaid, explains the stress stuff that she's having while at work. And, we'll figure all that out. But teachers, women especially, tend to make everyone else a priority. They're empathetic, they're givers, and they tend to not take care of themselves, right? And she wants to fix that because I think we all understand when we take care of ourselves, we can show up all that much more powerfully for the people and things that are important, right? So I really like where her mindset is at, and I really like how honest and vulnerable she's being. She's going to be successful. I'm 100% on this, right? So we have food, exercise, mindset, and accountability. Those are our 4 pillars. If you're missing one, you're gonna struggle, probably never be successful. So the first one with food is getting her the Carb Smart Solution food plan. Very simple food plan. My clients love it. The great thing is the kids can eat the same way as she is. The husband, there's not going to be any separate meals. It's really simple. It's really easy. She can still have the foods that she enjoys. We're not doing any unsustainable, crazy, never eat a carb again, because that does not work. This is a sustainable, easy, simple plan. She'll be successful with it. We're asking her to report any of the stress, mindless, emotional boredom eating that's happening so that I can start to coach her on how to avoid this going forward and figure out where the boundaries are. There's clearly, I already can kind of tell there's definitely some boundaries we need to put on, at work. And we'll figure out the weekend wine. So we'll figure it all out. It's easy to figure this stuff out. Also on food, she's going to rate her food each week on a scale of 1 to 10. All right. So that's food. Exercise, she's committing Monday through Saturday to getting on her Peloton for 5 minutes each morning. She wanted to do 30 minutes to start, but that's a mistake because too much too soon. She'll end up throwing a towel in and not build the habit. We want to get there's resistance right now that she has between herself and getting on to the Peloton, right? We got to defeat that resistance. And one of the tricks is just to make it a short amount of time. Like to her, that's totally doable. So that morning when she really doesn't want to do it, she, the negotiation is like, it's just 5 minutes. Come on, you can go do it, right? And the other thing is by doing 6 days a week of 5 minutes, it gives her 6 opportunities to be successful, right? If I said 3 sessions of an hour, she would only have 3 opportunities to be successful. So that's a couple of tricks there on building the exercise habit. Make it a small, very, very doable piece initially, and make it multiple opportunities, like 6 or 7 times, right? That's a trick that we found that's been very successful in helping our clients build the exercise habit. Because what's going to happen. She'll be 5 of 6 or 6 of 6 this first week. And then, next week she's going to say, hey, can I do more? And we'll bump up to 5 minutes. She'll probably end up doing more each day anyways. So that's what our initial plan is first week on the exercise. And we'll build on this as we go along. Greatest form of self-love is exercise, right? And she's in agreement that she wants to establish this as a lifelong healthy habit that she carries with her, after our program's over. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to build this habit so it's a forever piece for her, just part of who she is. Mindset. Power statement. I am so thankful and grateful for the opportunity to make myself and my goals a priority so that I can show up more powerfully for myself, my family, my students, and everyone and everything that I love. I happily and easily eat healthy and exercise because I love how it makes me look, feel, and perform. I don't really have time right now to go into why this is so powerful. I can talk about the science of this maybe in some other video. So if people want to hear about it, drop a comment and I will. But what this is doing is this is cleaning up all the head trash that she has. And I'm not picking on her. We all have limiting beliefs and untrue stories. And this is going to take care of that. Okay. So this is going to be sent out to her each morning. I'm also going to have her write this out on Post-it notes. And I want it everywhere. So she bumps into this multiple times a day, like on her steering wheel, on the mirror, maybe someplace at her school where she maybe does her work. And I want her to bump into this statement over and over and over again so we can start to basically reprogram her brain. So the power statement is also going to go out to her each morning in the app I have, along with the question, what is one thing you plan to do today for yourself and your goals? So each morning, I want her initially to start in a positive place by reading her power statement, be reminded right away, right when she wakes up, instead of jumping into all of the stressful things that she's worried about, her kids, the students, the husband, da-da-da-da-da. Initially, we're going to start the day with her thinking about herself and making a plan for one thing that day she plans to do. It could be, hey, I'm going to get on the Peloton right now and do my workout, or I'm going to, pack my lunch for school instead of, ordering out. Whatever it is, it's fine. Just one thing each day in the morning she plans to do. End of day, we're going to follow up to that and ask her to report what was the one thing she ended up doing that day that she's most proud of for herself and her goals. So you start to stack wins each day. Daily wins become weekly wins become monthly wins. You gain all this momentum towards your goal and establishing the habits, and then you get to the goal and you live there forever, right? Also, end of day 3, I want her to report 3 things from the day that she's grateful for. We do this with every single client because if you've never had a gratitude practice, putting one in is going to be probably the most powerful thing that happens to you over the first 2-3 weeks of this program. When we're grateful, we're living in positive emotions more so than negative. When we're in positive emotions, we're far less likely to get tripped up and fall victim to the cravings or skip the workout. When we're positive, we're just going to show up that much more powerfully for everything in our lives that's important, right? Get better results. I think that's clear. So the morning, afternoon, this is maybe 5 minutes of her day, but this is the core of our process and why our process is so successful. Remember, we have a 94% success rate. Dieting on your own, you got 1%. Because on your own, you're probably not going to do this. You should, if you want to continue to try and do this on your own, get a notebook and do this, okay? Accountability and support. What our expectation is each morning we want a reply from her, and at the end of the day, we want a reply so that she's actually doing this stuff, right? I want her to start a streak on a bedtime routine. That's inside our app. It's a short little training video on how to establish a good bedtime routine, right? We'll dig into this more, but she's probably doing a Netflix binge or some social media thing instead of sleeping. We'll put boundaries around that. We'll figure it out. But I'm wanting her to create a streak on getting to bed at the right time so that she can give herself enough time to get good sleep every night. Because obviously that's going to make everything easier and better. I wanted to report, like I said, in the food piece, any stress, mindless, emotional boredom eating. See, the thing is, guys, with this is she's already being very honest and vulnerable, which is awesome because she trusts and respects us. And as our relationship grows with time, we're never going to push her down, judge her, make her feel bad. We're just here to support her, stay focused on the goals and coach her. We use tough love sometimes, but we're very empathetic also. And over time, she's going to become, more comfortable revealing what's really going on, being honest. I think she is pretty much telling us everything right away, which is great. We're going to be able to make the changes that much quicker and get her the results she wants that much faster, right? I'm going to ask her, obviously, to show up powerfully for her weekly coaching calls. And then on a weekly basis, there's a progress report that's going to go out to her. We're going to ask her to rate the past week on a scale of 1 to 10 for her food, her exercise, her emotional well-being, her mindset, and self-love. So, yeah, this is the initial week for my new client. And like I said, if you guys are trying to do stuff on your own, take what I'm using here and apply it to yourself. It'll give you a much better chance of being successful because, diet on your own is 1% success rate. We're 94%. If you want to get, a real program like this, potentially we could work together. Just DM me the word easy and we can see if we're a good fit, if we can help you out.